At 6 in the morning, a boy is pressing clothes at a tailoring shop. A poorly lit, heat-filled small room, and a childhood crushed under the weight of work. He was watching people wear branded clothes, while he only had a wrinkled school uniform. But in his eyes was a vision that even the world's top fashion brands failed to understand. Today, the kings of fashion are selling that same model as their master plan. And the most surprising part? You probably don't even know his name. This is the story of the man who created Zara. That boy pressing clothes at 6 in the morning was Amancio Ortega, born in a small Spanish town called Bustongo. His father was a railway worker, and his mother worked as a maid. Every day, making ends meet was a struggle, so much so that Ortega had to leave school at the age of just 12. He realized for the first time that if he wanted to become something in life, he had to start working, without any excuses. One day, his mother went to a departmental store, and the cashier said, "We can't serve her. She can't afford this." At that moment, Ortega made a decision. "I'll create a brand where no one feels ashamed to buy clothes." That was the first step in a journey that turned a young tailor into a fashion king. But back then, no one imagined this boy would build a billion-dollar fashion empire. When people start a clothing business, most of them do it to make money. But Amancio Ortega's thinking was entirely different. To him, clothes weren't just fabric. He connected them with people's dignity. He used to say, "I want to design clothes that an ordinary person can wear, and that even the elite would admire." At the time, fashion brands would finalize their designs 6 to 8 months in advance, and launch them much later. But Ortega had a problem with this system. His vision was, if something is a trend today, it should be in stores tomorrow. He started with a small tailoring workshop, making handmade nightgowns and robes. But he wasn't just stitching. He was observing the market, understanding customer psychology, and crafting a model that would change the flow of global fashion. No one had this mindset at the time, and this very thinking laid the foundation for Zara. (1975), a coastal city in Spain, A Coruña. Here, a small store opened named Zorba. The name was inspired by a Greek movie. But when Ortega saw that just down the street, there was already a bar named Zorba. He changed the name at the last minute, and that name became Zara. It wasn't just a store, it was an experiment. Ortega wanted to see, could fast manufacturing and direct-to-store delivery really work? He formed a small team, designed products based on the local market's needs. And most importantly, new designs based on customer feedback would hit the shelves the very next week. Zara became the first brand that didn't create trends, but observed them. And within just a few months, people in A Coruña became obsessed with Zara. Ortega had proven his theory. The fast fashion model works if you actually listen to the consumer. This was his first real breakthrough, and it's where Zara's empire silently began to grow. Zara's model was completely different from other fashion brands. While traditional brands took 6 months to create new designs, Zara did the same job in just 2 to 3 weeks. But the question is, where did this speed come from? The answer was hidden in a system Ortega built: vertical integration. That means design, manufacturing, logistics, everything under one network. No middlemen, no delays. If red jackets were selling well in a Madrid store, new ones would be back on the shelves within 48 hours. And the most amazing part? Zara did zero advertising. No TV ads, no billboards. Their only belief: the best marketing is when people see a long queue outside your store. Ortega made store design Zara's marketing tool. Every Zara store looked like a premium showroom, but the price tag remained affordable. This contrast became Zara's identity, and while competitors were creating trends, Zara would observe them and move ahead of them. Zara's model was simple: low inventory, fast rotation, high urgency. The faster a product arrives, the quicker it disappears. So customers feel, if I don't buy it now, I might miss it forever. This strategy didn't just generate profit, it was a masterstroke on customer psychology. While most fashion brands looked at runway shows for inspiration, Zara turned to real life. They hired style researchers, whose job was to travel to New York, Tokyo, Milan, to quietly observe what people were wearing in the streets, cafes, and airports. Every tiny detail was noted: colors, fabrics, patterns, shoes, accessories, even body language. And this street-level data became the base for Zara's next designs. But Zara didn't just rely on data. They launched clothes in limited stock and never repeated the same design again. This created a subtle psychological pressure. Customers knew that if they liked something, they had to buy it right now, because it might never come back. This urgency, this fear of missing out, became Zara's hidden power. Zara wasn't just a brand, it was an illusion, luxury without the luxury price tag. Their stores were minimalist, clean, and confident. Soft lighting, clean walls, no loud music. Every element designed to make the customer feel like they were in an exclusive designer outlet. But in reality, the prices were well within reach of the average shopper. Every product was launched in small batches, so there was always something new. This meant that customers started visiting Zara stores more frequently, sometimes even twice a week, because they knew, if they wait, the item might be gone. Zara turned fashion into an experience, and scarcity into strategy. Most people never see Zara's real strength, its back-end operation. The entire design team sits at the headquarters in Spain, and they get feedback directly from Zara stores around the world, within hours. Designers adjust based on real feedback, not assumptions. Clothes are produced in small batches, and warehouses are fully automated. If something isn't selling, it's gone in 10 days. This combination of speed, data, and zero waste made Zara's model almost impossible to copy. Every empire has its dark corners. Zara faced serious criticism for being the face of fast fashion, accused of making clothes cheap, fast, and wasteful. Allegations of poor working conditions at supplier factories also emerged. Though Zara said, "We verify every supplier thoroughly," the brand image took a hit. Over time, consumer behavior shifted. People wanted sustainability, not just style. Zara had to rethink its model and began taking steps to become a more responsible brand. Today, his daughter Marta leads the brand, but the philosophy remains the same: simplicity, speed, customer first. Zara's legacy isn't just a fashion empire, it's a business school in itself, taught without books, but written in fabric. Ortega never gives interviews. No speeches, no fame, no social media. He lives in a simple flat, follows the same routine daily: breakfast, morning walk, office. There are no bodyguards, no drama. His story proves a simple truth: greatness doesn't come from showing off. It comes from vision.